I'm getting laser hair removal, and I'm doing it at home. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about something I'm really excited about and something I've always wanted to do or have done, and that is laser hair removal. I have never enjoyed the process of removing hair, whether it be shaving or epilating or using depilatories. It's just never been fun for me. So a little bit of background, I guess. For me, I have pretty fair skin and I have dark, coarser hair, and that includes hair on my legs, under my arms, whatnot. And it's never been fun removing it. I started off shaving, and that was never really all that effective. Obviously, you know, shaving, it's not rocket science. You are chopping off the hair like at the skin surface. And having darker, thicker hair and lighter skin, and I guess larger pores on my body, I don't know, but every time I shave, even right after I shave, I can see the little holes in my skin and I can see the little hairs underneath, like where they're growing out of. So that's always been a pain for me. So even if I shave my legs, I never had that like smooth like appearance. So that was always like a pain. So I started using depilatories like Nair, and those are meant to like dissolve the hair. It still didn't get down to the root though, so I could still see a little bit of those dark spots, but it was a little bit better because it did go a little bit deeper than just the surface of my skin. And then I started epilating about 4 years ago, and that has been what I've been doing ever since. And that has worked pretty well for me because with epilating, you're removing the hair at the root, similar to waxing. So you get longer results. That, and for me, because I'm pulling it out at the root, you don't see those hairs underneath the skin. It can be a little bit painful. It took some getting used to. A couple downfalls is that you do have to wait for your hair to grow out enough where your epilator can pull out the hair. So again, similar to waxing, your hair has to be a little bit above the skin for you to remove it. So that's kind of annoying because in between epilating, you do have to wait a little bit and you have to deal with a little bit of stubble. And again, having dark hair, that's not fun or pretty. And also, I'm really prone to ingrown hairs, and that's something I've dealt with all forms of hair removal. So with all those issues that I've had, it might not seem like a big deal, but I mean, it's something that makes me feel self-conscious. So I've always wanted to get laser hair removal done, and I've looked into it, and I've even looked at Groupon to see like if they have discounts, and they do. But the thing with laser hair removal is when you go in to have it done, you have to pay per section of your body that you want to have this procedure done on. So you have to pay, you know, for your lower leg, and then you have to pay separately for your upper leg, and then you have to pay if you want to get your underarms done or your upper lip or bikini, whatever. You have to pay for each area. Not only that, you have to go in for multiple sessions in order to achieve permanent results. So it can get very expensive. I've also heard that it can be really painful, and I'm a big baby when it comes to pain, to be honest with you. So I was scared about that and all sorts of stuff. And then I heard about using like an at-home device, and that's what brings me here today. I'm really excited because I was asked by Tria if I wanted to try out their hair removal laser 4X. But yeah, they asked me if I wanted to try this out, and of course I said yes. This laser retails for $449, and that's a big chunk of change to spend on a device, and that's probably the biggest reason why I hadn't pulled the trigger and purchased it myself. So I'm super thankful to be able to have the opportunity to try this out and to share my results with you guys, let you guys know if it really works, if it's worth it. But the thing that I love about having a device of your own, first of all, you can do it at home. You can do it wherever you are. You can go on vacation and take this with you. It's not that heavy. It's about like a couple pounds. Kind of bulky though, but I mean it's not too bad. Also, I mean $449, like I said, is a lot of money, but you can use this all over your body if you wanted to. You can do your legs, do your arms, do your underarms, do your upper lip, do your bikini line, whatever you want. You pay $449 and you can do your whole body. Also, I don't know if Tria recommends this or whatnot, but I don't see why you couldn't. You could share the device. It's not like you're sharing like a razor or something. It's a device. It works on top of your skin, so you can wipe this off with like alcohol or something, disinfect it. So I mean, I don't see what's stopping you from sharing this with like other members of your family or your friends. And essentially, it's cheaper that way if it works. So that is what we're gonna see. This isn't gonna be a review. This is kind of just my introduction, letting you guys know I'm gonna be using this. They say after 3 months you can expect to see permanent results. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer. It all depends on, you know, your hair type and whatnot. So I'm really excited to start this journey. I am going to be using this only on one leg and then keeping the other leg the same, just so we can see at the end of the 3 months. By the way, like I mentioned, I do epilate, so if you do epilate or wax or pluck, you are gonna have to stop. You're gonna have to revert to shaving while you are using this device, and I'll let you know why, because it's just how the device works. So before I get into this any further, I do want to mention that this device is not made for everyone. It only works on certain skin tones and hair colors. So on the box, you can also see this information on their website. It tells you what skin tones this device is safe for and skin tones that this device is not safe for. So if you have white, ivory, beige, or light brown skin tone, you can use this device. If you have medium brown, dark brown, or black skin, unfortunately it's not going to work for you. It also only works for certain hair colors. So it's meant for people with light brown to a black body hair. It does not work on white, gray, blonde, or red hair. And that's because of how this works. So speaking of that, I'm going to read to you guys how the laser actually works. It says the Tria Laser 4X deactivates the follicles in your skin that produce hair. It emits a pulse of laser light which heats up the dark pigment inside the hair and deactivates the hair follicle. That's why it can deliver permanent results and works only on naturally brown or black hair. Pretty much that's why people of darker skin tones can't use this. This specific laser is targeting that dark pigment. So if you have dark skin, obviously the dark pigment is in your skin, and so this could potentially really harm your skin. It could cause burns and whatnot, so not for people with darker skin tones, unfortunately. And conversely, if you have light hair, blonde, white, or gray hair, or even red hair, it says, the laser is not going to have that dark pigment to target. So that's pretty much how it works and why it only works for certain people. So keep that in mind. It's not made for everyone, unfortunately, but it is for your safety. And obviously if you have lighter hair, it's going to be a waste of money for you to use this because it's not going to work. So again, something to think about. You're supposed to use the device once every other week for 3 months to hopefully achieve permanent results. Some areas may take a little bit longer, whatnot. So this is just an introductory video letting you guys know that I'm going to be trying out the Tria device, and hopefully in 3 months we'll see some really amazing results. But I will take you guys along with me on this journey, so you'll see a video from me probably every month or so until then, and I'll also upload a video on how to actually use the device, because this video is already getting pretty long. But I just wanted to let you guys know and get your input. I'd love for you guys to share your experiences if you've ever had laser hair removal done, whether it be at home by yourself or if you've gone to like a doctor's office or a dermatologist to have it done. I would really like to hear your experiences, and I'm sure other people would as well. I'd like to know if you found the procedure painful, if you actually achieved results that you thought were worth it, just kind of pros and cons and stuff like that. Let's get like a dialogue going. I think it would be really helpful. And also, if you've ever tried the Tria itself, I know there were different versions available in the past. This is the newest one. This is the 4X, and it's supposed to work a lot better and give you results a lot faster, so that's really cool. So that's it for now. Look out for future videos. Big thank you again to Tria for allowing me this opportunity to try it out. And yeah, here's to being hair free.